everyone. Thank you for joining me again. I am so happy that we will be spending some time together. Did you know that 75% of the earth is water? Yes, about 75% is water. Where did all this water come from? Are you ready? Come, join me and we will find out where the water came from. So if we open our Bibles in the book of Genesis, that's the very first book of the Bible. Genesis chapter 1. We're going to start reading in verse 6. And this is what it says. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." Verse 7. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters that were above the firmament. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. Verse 9. And God said, "Let the water under the heaven be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth. And the gathered together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. The Bible tells me that the earth is about 75% water because God created it so. That's a lot of water if you ask me. 75% of water. Do you know why there's so much water? Well, today we'll discover why. We will follow up on our first aid kit, the home first aid kit. In my home, one of the first and most important element is water. Did you know that about 75% of our body is water? So I drink about 2 liters of water a day. To help me remember, I give myself a schedule. So I drink my water at 6 a.m., at 9 a.m., at noon, at 3 p.m., and at 6 p.m. So this is my measurement, and it helps me to drink my water throughout the day. What else do I use water for as my first aid kit? Well, another way that I use water, I put in a glass about a little bit more than half warm water with a teaspoon of salt. I use the pink salt. So I put my salt here and I mix it. And you know when you have a dry throat? This is what I use it for. I use this salty water to gargle with it. So I take a gulp of water, gargle, and then throw the water, and then gargle again until I use up the amount of water I have on my glass. Another use that I have for water is I put a little bit of warm water, again. I usually use distilled water for this. And then I take a pinch of salt and put it in my water. I mix the salt. What do I use this for? When I have a stuffy nose and I have mucus that is accumulating, I take in my hand a little bit of water and then block one of my nostrils and breathe the water that I have here, the salty water, and then tilt my head on the side, and then I open my mouth, and then the salty water goes through my nose, and I feel it cleansing somewhere in my ear and my throat, and it comes out. So I do 3 times on one nostril, and then I do the same thing on the other side. This for me works marvelous. Another way I use water is when I have fever. I put cold water, as cold as I can. Take a cloth, dip it inside the water, wring the excess of water, and then I take this wet towel and just put it on my forehead. And every time the towel gets hot, I bring it back to my cold water, dip in it again, wring the excess of water, and then I continue the process. If I have very high fever, I would put a cloth on my forehead of cold water and also on the area below your belly button. This is how I do it for fever. Another way that I use water is I have 2 bowls, one with hot water and one with cold water. I use this to get rid of coughs. So then I take my towel, put it in the hot water, do it again, rinse the excess of hot water, and then I put this hot cloth right here on my chest, and I leave it for 3 minutes. After the 3 minutes, I have my cold water with another piece of cloth, and then wring the excess of water, and then I put it on my chest again, and I leave it for 1 minute. I do this process 3 times. 3 times hot water and 3 times cold water. You always have to finish with the cold water. So I do it on my chest, and I do the same process again, and I'm gonna put it on my back, right across here. So I would take the towel, the hot towel, and put it there. 3 minutes, and then you do the same thing with the cold water, 3 times. This is excellent for coughs. Another way that I use water, I take a bowl and I put steaming water. That again is for coughs or any lung issues. And I would put this very hot water, I take a sheet or a cover, and then I will cover myself because there's steam coming out from the hot water, and I cover myself. This is excellent again for coughs and any breathing issues that you have. Once you do the steam bath, it's recommended that you go to bed and keep yourself warm. Another excellent and easy way to use water, if you're on your feet all day, if you wear high heels and you have problems with your legs and your feet, this is excellent. So I take 2 buckets of water, I fill one with hot water and the other one with cold, as hot as I can handle it. And then I put my legs in the hot water and leave it for 3 minutes, and then I switch it to the cold water and leave it for 1 minute, and I do this 3 times. This is excellent for headaches. When I have headaches, this is what I do. I have tons of friends that have to have the coffee early in the morning for them to wake up and start the day. I have great news for you. You will never need coffee again. In the morning after you take a shower, then you turn the water as hot as you can handle it. Let it run from your neck down for 3 minutes. And then you switch it to the cold water, and then you run it from your head down for 1 minute or so. This will give you energy like crazy. It's gonna last for the whole day. Your mind is gonna be clear. And actually, it also helps you with your mood. It works marvelous. So my friend, we've seen different ways and simple ways to use water for our benefit. I hope you will give it a shot next time you have a headache, when you're in a bad mood, or when you just want to relax. And please don't forget to drink your water every day. Thank you for watching. Share this with anyone that you think might benefit from it, and I'll see you next time.